good morning. So today we're going to be heading into one of the Pacific Northwest's premier locations. This is the Park Butte Lookout, and it's tucked deep within the Mount Baker Wilderness area. Now, as far as the trail goes, we're looking at about 8.5 miles, a little over 2,000 elevation gain. It is early September, so the blueberries are going to be in peak season, which is going to be fantastic. It also means we're in wildfire season, so we will be fighting some of that smoke up there. No active fires in the area, though. Recently a friend from Search and Rescue mentioned that some of the historic lookouts are still actively staffed during the fire season. That conversation led me to join the Forest Fire Lookout Association, and it opened the door I didn't realize I'd been standing next to for a long time. Now, these lookouts and the people who dedicate their time to preserving them represent something rare: patience, stewardship, and a quiet commitment to watching over the land for those who come next. So, let's take this road on the show, shall we? Man, so close. Let's go. Well, we're about 45 minutes into our drive. We made a quick stop to pick up a forest wilderness pass. So this is a national pass that's good for all parks in Washington and Oregon State. Federal parks. It's a little bit confusing in Washington as far as what passes you need where. Down where we live primarily, it's all state parks, so we pick up a discovery pass whenever we renew our car tabs. So we're heading up into the Mount Baker Wilderness area, which is run by national parks, so we picked up the wilderness pass for up there. You could also pay at the trailhead. There's an app you could download. We just pulled into one of two sports stores that had them. I suppose you could stop at a ranger station too and pick it up if they're open. The other option is the America the Beautiful Pass, and that is good for all national parks in the whole country. So that one's $80. We don't have any immediate plans to do that, so we just picked up the Wilderness Pass for $30, which covers Washington and Oregon. And so, yeah, that's a little brief description of the pass situation here. We are a little bit out of concrete now. We're going to swing in and go to the 3B's Bakery, which is 100% gluten-free, which means a lot to one of the people in this car. So we've been flirting with the fog all morning. Right now it's pretty heavy. It's maybe a mile visibility, and hopefully we'll climb up out of it, and the wildfire smoke won't be too bad, but we'll see. But we'll see in concrete. A little side note here: concrete is about a 10-minute drive past the turnoff you'll want to take to get to the Park Butte trailhead. So we are doing a bit of a detour here this morning, but it's all for the sake of some tasty treats. So we've been on Mount Baker Road for about 20 minutes or so, and we're taking a left on National Forest Road number 12. And there's a lineup of cars. We're going at the prime time, so there's going to be a busy parking lot at the top here, but we're going to follow 12 just a little ways and then turn right on 13, and 13 will take you up to the top. So we will see at the top. So one of our reasons for coming up here today was to pick some blueberries for the Cascadia Bio Bar recipe I'm working on. We want to put some in the dehydrator and add them to the recipe. And right now, the blueberries are in peak season. As you can see, they're just loaded everywhere you look. We're coming up on the first water crossing here, Ruby Creek. I was up here a few weeks ago on a rescue, and it was a little hairy getting the subject in the litter across this creek here, but we had enough hands, so we just paired up by twos and passed it along from point to point rather than trying to keep the same team on the litter. So it made the crossing a lot less treacherous. Look at that mountain rising above the tree line. See the creek there rushing down. The safest place is up here to cross, and we'll have some rock markers and stuff to eyeball it and find the best path forward. All right, well, success. No falls. Had to choose our steps wisely, but water level is a little bit higher than I remember 3 weeks ago.
I will see you looking at your days. In the mountains, I will see you on your way. Cold ashes glowing to the break of day. Feelings you can't find like a needle in the hay. In these hills you were buried. Times crooked so leaving you nothing at all. Can hear when it comes. In the mountains, I will see you looking at your days. In the mountains, I will free you. Sing your new way.
This is pretty. Got Mount Baker. You can kind of see it through the smoke haze. Smoke is moderate today. No fires nearby, but smoke will travel. And then this other direction, way up there is the lookout for Park Butte. It's getting warm too. It was 70 when we got up to the parking lot. It's got to be pushing about 75 right now, which for us Pacific Northwest Islanders is the equivalent to like 108 in Phoenix. This is where we top out. Oh man, it's beautiful. And the parking lot was full, but once you get up here, people kind of disperse. So it's been a quiet afternoon on the trail. I see one person way up on the hill making its way down. Yeah, one more push to go. Almost to the top here. It's a nice little platform for camping out below the lookout.
see what it would look like if it was clear. Before I use it. Hey, you didn't warn me.
Wow, it is getting beautiful. I was starting to run low on energy, so tapped into my energy bar stash and eating a Salish sea salt caramel bar. You can find this recipe on my website, tiltedhiker.com. It is loaded with carbs. The honey, well, there's some fast release stuff to give me energy, and there's some oats in there for some sustained energy. And this should get me the last couple miles down the trail. I am worried about the water crossing down here. I could hear the water. It was a little hairy getting across, and I know it's higher now, so we'll see how it goes. It's about 4:15. Sun's been beating on the glacier, so yeah, well, gotta do what you gotta do. So we'll see you down there. So good. All right, well, wish us luck. I'm gonna secure my phone, put it in my waterproof bag, and yeah, I don't want any video evidence of what's about to go down. Okay, well, that concludes our very successful Park Butte outing. We found the blueberries and we found the lookout. We're gonna have to go back and tell our daughter that we didn't find any. As long as we don't have any evidence, she won't know that. Okay, well, some of these berries made it home, so don't fret. The daughter got some, and so we put some to good use here. We got this cheesecake from 3B's Bakery up in Concrete, and just made a little simple blueberry syrup over the top. Old Wild Fox made a delicious coffee cake here with blueberries, and we filled up a couple of big containers full, so we have plenty to spare. I'm actually going to use some in my next batch of energy bars. Put them through the dehydrator, get the moisture out of them. And as far as the trail goes, Park Butte, I would give that 5 out of 5 spruce. It is gorgeous country, especially once that wildfire smoke kind of dissipated in the early afternoon. It was really, really pretty up there. It's a popular trail for a reason, but even when the parking lot's jam-packed full of cars, like I mentioned, once you get up there, people disperse. A lot of that, and a lot of them are going towards Mount Baker, mountaineers and such. So don't let that dissuade you. You have that country to yourself a lot of the time. As far as the foraging goes, I would give that 5 out of 5 twigs. The blueberries were perfectly in season and ready to be picked. Down lower in elevation, there were a couple different varieties. The lower elevation ones grew about waist high, and once you got up quite a ways, all the way up until the lookout, they were growing. Those were growing close to the ground. In our opinion, those were a little bit better in flavor once you got up high, and they're all about the same size. So yeah, keep that in mind if you're up there foraging. But yeah, I guess that wraps up this episode. Until next time, live wild. See ya.